Hey everybody, this is Kevin Mahoney, editor and founder of Raging Chicken Press, coming to you once again. In this special Out the Coop Extra, Seth Goldstein, he's our tech guy, and he was out in Harrisburg with us for the Keystone Progress Summitt. Seth runs through 4 short interviews with some folks that had attended there. First up, we're going to hear from Jarrett Smith. He is the State Youth Director from NextGen PA. And we're going to hear from Jeff Dempsey, the Program Director for CeaseFire PA. Then John Heaps for Fair Districts PA. He's the chair of the college committee. And finally, last but not least, Arno Vosk. He's a board member and retired ER doctor for Healthcare for All PA. Hope you enjoy this special little ditty, this little Out the Coop Extra edition from Raging Chicken's own Seth Goldstein.
This is Seth Goldstein with Raging Chicken Press. I'm with Jarrett Smith of NextGen Pennsylvania. How's it going, Jarrett?
Great. Excited to be here.
So what is NextGen Pennsylvania? It's not an energy company that like Credo that is a cell phone company. It is
We are a progressive PAC dedicated to mobilizing the youth vote in Pennsylvania.
Okay. So how do you go about doing that?
Sure. So we are operating on campuses and small cities throughout the state, going out, registering voters, and teaching them about the importance of voting around the progressive issues that matter to them.
So you're aiming more at millennials?
Yes.
That ever-present group of millennials.
Well, it's funny because a lot of people 18 to 35 choose to identify differently, more around the issues that they care about and less about millennials. That's often put on by the older generations.
Exactly,
will say that,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah, it's like the boomers. You know, the boomers, the greatest generation put on the boomers, and the boomers putting on the millennials. You know, so it's interesting. Yeah. So what kind of events do you put on?
Sure. So our campus program is hosting a series of issue-based events that are around progressive issues, whether it be gender equity or LGBT rights or racial justice, and then connecting those to the importance of voting. Okay. And then in our cities program, we're hosting Expand the Electorate canvases, where people are going to be going out, knocking doors in high-density areas of young people, getting them registered, and getting them mobilized for the election.
Now, here's a question. Are the, in quotes, air quotes, millennials, are they more registered than others groups, or are they not that registered?
Often not. And
really?
The bigger problem is that millennials are transient. We don't work typical 9-to-5 jobs or have stability, so we're often moving a lot. So the important thing is making sure they're registered to vote where they're currently living.
So they may have been registered at some point, because that's what they do when you're 18. You register to vote.
Yeah.
And it's the selective service. But, you know,
yeah.
So the government knows about you. All right, cool. So Jarrett, thanks so much.
Absolutely. Thank you.
This is Seth Goldstein with Raging Chicken Press. I'm here with Jeff Dempsey of CeaseFire PA. Hey, Jeff.
Hey, how are you?
So what is CeaseFire PA?
We are the Commonwealth's largest gun violence prevention organization.
Okay.
We aim to make better gun laws in Pennsylvania, and we do so through education, advocacy, and electoral work.
So how's it going so far?
It's a tough battle in PA. As you can imagine, we have to play a lot of offense and defense. There's things that we want, like expanding background checks, but there's things we have to fight against, like, arming lunch ladies in our public schools.
I can't believe that one.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, we have a problem, right? But we have to figure out a way that we can come to try to solve that problem. I don't think more guns is the solution, but there's certainly a lot of people in Harrisburg who think that it is.
So, what kind of work do you guys do to get your message out?
So, I mean, first and foremost, we'll go anywhere and speak to anyone about the sorts of laws that Pennsylvania has and doesn't have. So, civic associations, church groups, synagogues, anywhere you can think of, to really start to talk about what we don't have. When I tell people that we don't have a background check requirement for the private sale of long guns, it blows their mind. And they look at me and say, wait, we don't have that? And sadly, we don't. Right? So getting out in front of people is the first step. And then the second step is equipping those people to be the best advocates they can be, right? Because what legislators have the audacity to tell us is nobody in my district cares about this. We know that that's wrong, and we also know that it's offensive, but it's important on us to equip people so that they can talk to their legislators about what they want to see with regards to this issue.
Very cool. Thank you.
Cool. Thanks, man.
This This is Seth Goldstein with Raging Chicken Press. I'm here with Arno Vosk of Healthcare for All PA. Hi, Arno.
Hi, Seth. How are you?
Pretty good. What are you guys doing at the Keystone Progress Summitt for?
We are here to represent Healthcare for All PA, which is the organization that wrote and is promoting the single-payer bill for the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania.
So what is single payer?
Single payer can be a lot of different things. The simplest way to describe it is it's Medicare for all. Medicare is a single payer system for people over 65 and for disabled people, but it's just a partial single payer system, and obviously it doesn't cover everybody. The system that we're talking about has a statewide public corporation as the single payer for everybody in Pennsylvania. Practitioners are still independent, hospitals are still independent, just like Medicare. And opting into the program for providers is also at their option, just as it is with Medicare. But the one paying agent is the single payer.
Oh, very cool, very cool. And so how are things going so far?
Well, the bill is in the state legislature. It has been introduced. It's got some co-sponsors, but it has not yet gotten out of committee.
Okay. But is it looking like it's going to get out of committee anytime soon, or?
Well, that's a question.
That's the question. Well, Arno, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Fair Districts, Pennsylvania, and our group is trying to end gerrymandering in Pennsylvania.
You got a recent win, though, too.
Yes, the Supreme Court has said that the maps are illegitimate and need to be redone. What we think, the reason why we're doing all of this is when you gerrymander a state, it's the legislators who are trying to pick their voters. And what needs to be done to make democracy work is the voters pick their legislators. So what we're looking for is to move away from gerrymandering and to establish fair districts, where the districts are set up in a way that there is a representative group of voters in that district, so that when legislators are selected, they're representing all kinds of voters, not just the voters that they want.
Very cool. And you're John. What's your last name?
John Heaps.
Heaps.
Yeah.
Thank you, John.
You're welcome.